straighten that out yourself with your feet. Just curious, just now that obviously the preseason's over, you guys had a pretty, I'm assuming, extensive practice today. How are you now feeling about game day real Tuesday?
Excited to start the season. We're preparing for the last 2 weeks, and I think coaching staff has been doing a great job of implementing the identity we want to have, the schemes we want to use as a team. So looking forward to putting it to use. Start the season, and it's always an exciting time when opening night comes around.
Obviously, talk about identity. If you could just summarize what you feel like the identity is as of right now for this group.
A team that's going to hang their hat on defense. Defensive versatility, I think, more so than anything. Everybody hangs their hats on defense in the league, but being a versatile defensive team is something that we want to be, and easier said than done. I know it's going to take some growing pains for us to get there in game, but I like the direction we're going in. So I think that's really who we are. Obviously, we got guys that can score the basketball, but it's who we want to be on that side of the ball.
Curious, obviously, you hadn't played in front of the Golden State fans. Last time you were there, there were no fans there. How are you feeling about getting back there where you had obviously great success, won championships, and have the fans still view you as that guy that was on that team?
Yeah, I'm excited to play in front of those fans. I spent some incredible moments there, and we have built a bond that don't really have to be spoken about. Me and the fans there in the Bay Area. I feel like they've been supporting me well before I came there, actually. And then once I became a part of the Warriors, they just went even harder in support of me and myself, my teammates. But you felt every player individually felt what it was like to play for the Golden State Warriors and then win a championship, just immortalized there, So no matter what your role was in the team. So excited to get back in front of the people I call family there in that organization, and fans that I went as hard as I could for 3 years there. So it should be fun.
You know their system better than most, to say the least. How do you think Chris fits into it?
He fits well. Somebody that can offset just the three-point chase, and the guy that can shoot the mid-range, that can get to the ping, and can just do something outside of shooting threes like the rest of the guys do. So it's just kind of like that specialty player that they needed, and him, Wiggins, Draymond, those guys are just kind of the glue for the team. So they can pretty much fit anybody in their system, and it'll work well.
To your point, what does it do for them to have two different types of threats in Steph and Chris, where the way you think about game planning for them is completely different?
Yeah, you just can't be gimmicky with those guys. You got to be straight up and just play hard, solid basketball. That's really what it is. And those type of players, they're smart enough to read the gimmicks and read to, any coverage you throw at them. So it's all about just playing hard and making it tough as possible.
With a game like that being opening night, I know that you're focused on stacking days and the season opener, obviously, but do you kind of allow yourself that moment of self-reflection, being in front of the fans again?
Most definitely. I mean, I can't tell you right now how to be, obviously, but when you look up and you see all of the people that I played in front of for that long, you realize the memories I had, you had in those colors. Stuff might start rushing back in that moment. Who knows? But we'll see what happens. It's always reflect on my time there. I always try to pull from each time that I had and each stop that I played in, and try to implement it in some form and fashion into the new situation. So it's been a great experience playing for the Warriors. It was a great experience playing for the Warriors.
Not to look too far ahead, but obviously the next game you'll get to play LeBron in a regular season game for the first time since 2018, I think. You got to see him a couple days ago. Just what is it like being able to be on the court and go against one of the all-time greats again?
Yeah, it's always an honor to play against the best of the best. These guys, especially somebody in their 21st season, he could pack it up and just say, man, I done did it all, I did enough. I done gave the game everything, but he still loves to play. And he brings the best out of everybody on the floor. So it should be fun for all of us.
Kevin, how important is it going to be to get a full season with Book and Brad and put it all together rather than you get traded here last year and you have to try to put something together quickly?
Yeah, man, that's continuity is an important part of basketball. You seen it last year with the Denver Nuggets. They had the most continuity, I think, in the playoffs, and was able to win a championship. So it's just about building every day, and I'm looking forward to doing that. We've been putting some great days in since I got here back in February. So all that stuff's gonna matter when it's time for us to really get going here.
What have conversations been like with the coaching staff about preserving your body and keeping you healthy just through an 82-game season?
Can't. I mean, if some shit's gonna happen, it's gonna happen. You know, you try to prevent me from being injured or being out there, then I don't see what good that does. You know, just let me play. Whatever happens, happens, and just trust that we'll figure it out from there. But we haven't had any conversation. I mean, if we do what we need to do on the floor every night, then it won't. You know, we don't have to play 45 minutes a night, or 44. You know, when we got a deep team like this, so. We just gotta be ready to play, and whatever happens, happens. I just gotta live with it.
Kevin, obviously you've been on a part of good teams for a while, so how does it feel when you open the season against tough teams? Is that something that you embrace? Do you like that?
Yeah, I mean, yeah. It's playing against top competition is the best part about playing basketball.
Kevin, when you look at I asked Coach about you playing the 5, like you did the other night. He was like, well, you want to be a hybrid. You just mentioned defensive versatility. How do you like that look of being at the 5 in just certain segments?
I'm down to do whatever coach needs me to do. I feel like I've conditioned my brain and my body to be able to adapt to any situation at any time on the basketball floor. So whatever coach needs me to do, I got to go out there and do it to the best of my abilities. I'm not saying I'm going to execute every time down, but I have the capacity to do so. So I'm going to go out there and do the best that I can at it. So if I need to play the 5 more minutes one night, then I'll have to do it.
On Tuesday, you guys are in that marquee slot for the opening night league schedule. You guys are going to be in many more spots like that the rest of the regular season. That's something you've been dealing with for a long time in your career. It's new to some of these guys, though. Is there anything you've learned over the years in terms of not taking any of these games too big for what they are, or anything like that?
Approach it how you need to approach it, to be honest. If it's a huge game to you, then let it be a huge game to you. You know, if it's not, then just do your job. So you never know what these games mean for certain individuals. It may be a sentimental moment for some shit that we have no clue about, that we don't know about, and so just embrace the journey as you see fit. But do your job at the end of the day. I think that's always a message from coach, and we're gonna try to do that to the best of our abilities.
Kevin, shoot question. What's your favorite colorway for the book one so far?
That's a great question. He got the yes ma'am, no sir joints on right now. I think he has some Air Force Ones that he did. Remember the Air Force Ones he did? That colorway, he made those for his book one, so it's probably my favorite one so far. Yeah.
Thanks, man. You guys became the